if you already know how to navigate, this video is not for you, and you can watch this video without the chatter. The link is in the description below. G'day, it's Munners, and today we're going to talk about some navigation on servers like Tactical Air War server. It doesn't have any navigational aids other than the map. Now, a map is a geographical representation of a portion of the US surface drawn to scale, usually on paper, showing both natural and artificial features. But this map doesn't have, or the IL-2 map doesn't have any contours, which doesn't matter because what it loses in detail for elevation, it makes up in the fact that the vegetation is highly accurate, which is somewhat abnormal. Now, the type of navigation we're going to be doing is not compass and bearing or anything like that. It's map to ground, so we're going to work off the features itself. We're going to use big, large features that have specific orientations, north, south, east, west, and that are easily identifiable or unmistaken for something else. The way in which we plan is we plan in a reverse order. So we've selected our target first, and our target is a tactically significant, well actually it's an operationally significant target. It's a defense position in grid square 2118. It's an attractive target because of the friendly airspace around it. So you've got a good infill and exfil route. Now we're going to plan our exfil first. Now I like to have a pretty robust or a pretty fail-safe exit plan or exfil, return leg, whatever you want to call it. Now I'm going to plan to fly just due west, and I know if I keep my bearing between 270 and 300, I will hit the green belt or the vegetation there along the river system, so I can bank right, turn north and follow that up to my airfield, so I can fly home without getting lost, even if I have to shake an enemy fighter loose, and I can do whatever I need to do to avoid enemy fighters. So once I've made that decision, I started looking at the infill. So I've chosen a flight due south, keeping the vegetation on my right all the way and flying all the way down to the last town, where a road literally takes it to the target. So I will fly down, contour the vegetation all the way down until I get to, stay in front of the airspace, and I get to 2218-5, where I'll be able to identify the target because it's at a road junction. Once the target's identified, I'll be able to select the actual area I'm going to bomb within the target, and I'll know my route out as well. While I'm taking that time to do that quick selection, I'm also in friendly airspace. So if I need to bail because I get jumped, I can do so, and the pilot will survive and we won't lose one for the team. So that is my appreciation for the southern approach to the target, as opposed to flying through enemy airspace, bombing and then flying back out the south into friendly airspace quickly, because the acquisition of the target might take some time. So I might not be able to find the thing. Okay, so that is my simple appreciation process that I carry out. Every time I spawn in onto the apron before I start taxiing, I go through that simple process on the map, and I work out where I'm going to go. Your brain best remembers things in packets of 3, so keep it simple and don't go over 3 waypoints before you get to a significant event. For example, bombing the target, so never go over 3 waypoints before you get to the target. I never go over 3 waypoints, 4 in total. The return leg is never too elaborate for me. But that process is something that you see. I don't know if you've ever watched Sheriff and Farafik or Bismarck and Panzerman and all those guys, but when they fly together, it seems that they have a flight lead who's in charge of navigation, and they make all the tactical decisions for the flight, and the rest are scanning, but they have that one guy doing that nav, and it works really well. Or they do a process similar to that anyway, and it's really effective. And of course, with a group, you get the luxury of CheckNav. And their channels, the links for their channels are in the description below as well. I hope you got something out of this short little information. I wouldn't call it a tutorial, but this little heads up. I hope you enjoyed the rest of the video. I'll be quiet for now.